Cherry gun.
Welcome to a little special video here on, it's kind of informative, really not something I would do normally, but thought I'd show off this a little bit. Now, I've done a recent opening of my SNES, or my SNES Classic Controller opening. So, and if you didn't notice, it has the plugs of the Wii U. I would do this on the classic Nintendo Entertainment System, the original NES, but it has less buttons. So on this one, it has A, B, X, and Y, the L and R, buttons, start, select, and the D-pad. But we also have, so A, B, X, Y, L, R. Oops, webcam's not that great. So we have this here, and it's able to plug into the Wiimote, which I have here on. As you can see on the screen, it has 3 bars, and just wanted to show off what game console generations you can play on it. I've done some testing. I'm 90% sure you can use the classic Nintendo stuff, like the NES games. So we have, I'm going to boot up an SNES game and play it with this SNES Classic Controller, and I'll plug it in and show it off and all that stuff. So I'm going to boot up the first game. We have Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. So I'm going to plug in this bad boy. Oh, this way. And I'm going to do a couple of games. Seems like it's working. Do a couple of seconds of playing on this. And I have my hands, I have the cam on the controller so that way you can see. Alright. So you can see I'm doing some controls. We'll see if I can play some of a level. I probably won't complete it, but I'll show it off. As you can see, I'm using it. You can clearly use the SNES controls on it. Donkey Kong Country series is always cool. So yeah, you can clearly play it. So I'm going to switch to the next game real quick. Alright, next up is can you play Game Boy Advance games with this classic controller? So let's see if we can. Oh, I have that. It looks like you can. Selecting character. I already beat this world, so I'm just gonna choose a random place. Oh, I already died. I primarily died because I didn't know what the controls were for this. Okay. Jump. Oh. Died again. I guess, X and A with B and Y. No, not B and Y. I guess it's just X and A. Or B and A. I mean, it looks like you can play it. Yep, B is to speed up, and all the other actions. Does look like you can play it. Game Boy Advance games on it. The LNR works. So yeah, it looks like you can play Game Boy Advance games with the SNES controller. And yep. Alright, moving on to the next game. Next up is the Nintendo 64 console. And we're going to use Donkey Kong Country as the example. Or, I mean Donkey Kong 64, I mean. Looks like it, right? Doesn't it? But can you? No. You cannot. Because I don't think Donkey Kong 64 supports the D-pad in any way. But maybe... Oh. But what if we change the control scheme? It looks like you cannot. Nope, it will not let you in any way. So Nintendo 64 games are no. You can hit A and B, but like you can hit A, B, no X and Y. I don't think this works on the menu. So I'm going to say that N64 games are no. Alright, moving on to the next game. Next game is Super Mario 3D World. It's one of those basic controls games where in this one you do just use the Wiimote, but it says here you can also use the Pro Controller. So, can you use the SNES controller as a part of it? Does not look like you can at first, but you have to hit start with the controller. Let's do this. I'm only using the tablet at the moment, but can you join with the Wiimote? It looks like you can, but only as player 2. Well, you can play with the controller without it, but you need the Wiimote or the Wii U tablet to start it up. But it looks like you can move around, do stuff. Yep, looks like you can play. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna lose time, but oh well. It's just for the purpose of demonstrating. The controls do kind of feel funky because you're using a D-pad instead of a control stick. Oh. You cannot go down the pipe. Because there's no Z and L. So it looks like you can't go down the pipe. And as you can see, I died because of it. Maybe if you can change the controls, but I don't know if you can, really. I highly doubt you can, but well, I'll check real quick. It looks like you can't. So going down pipes will be the issue. So I'm going to say this is a no. Maybe for like the new Super Mario Bros., the one where it's like a 2D platform. Maybe. But for the most part, if you don't have the triggers, I don't think you can play this game. Because you definitely need the triggers. So what happens when you play a DS game? Let me go boot one up real quick. Alright, so we booted up Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I'm going to say this is a no, because the Wiimote immediately shut off when you booted up the game. Let's see. Take a look right here. Nope. It won't even let you keep it on when playing it. So that's a definitely no. So to sum it up, pretty much Game Boy Advance, SNES, and I'm pretty sure NES games can all be played. The Wii U only if it doesn't have the triggers, the ZL and ZR, and not the N64 unless it primarily uses the D-pad more than the control stick. So I'm going to say that's mostly a no. You can probably pass on the Wii U one, given that you don't have to use the trigger ZL and ZR. Definitely no DS. So we'll do one more test, and this is a Wii U test, so we're gonna hit up Mario Kart real quick. See if Mario Kart will do it. Alright, so I'm gonna turn this on real quick. Don't know if I can. The first player might require the D-pad or the tablet. Looks like you can choose. Let's just do this real quick. Come on now. So maybe only player 2 can play Mario Kart with the SNES game. Or controller. Not game. Let's see how this goes. The tablet's not gonna race, so let's see how I do with this. It's only 1-on-1, so... Oh, never mind, it's everyone. So, see if I can actually race with it. Looks like I can. Let's see. Well, it looks like you can. I'm currently on the right screen. So yeah, it looks like you can do it. So that's pretty good news for anybody who uses basic controllers for Mario Kart. Gotcha, Peach. So I'm not going to do the whole race, just enough to show off what you can do. Hit the brakes. You can drift. You can throw items with the L button. So yeah, that's pretty much what you can do with that. So I'm going to say maybe with I'm getting clobbered. I'm going to say maybe, or some games with the Wii U. But yeah, I guess for the Wii U you need just basic controls, like A, B, L, and R, I guess. If it requires the ZL and ZR, you cannot do it. You cannot do it, apparently. But yeah, I hope that you found this video useful. Be sure to like, share, comment. If there's a game you want me to try, I can probably test it and get back to you on it in the comments. So yeah, thank you for enjoying this video. Or I don't know if you enjoyed it, but I hope this helped you determine what you can play with the SNES Classic Controller. Because I know with the NES controller you have A, B, and the D-pad. It's start and select. So I don't remember if it has triggers or not, or L and R. But yeah. So I thought I'd do it with this controller because it has more buttons. It has A, B, X, and Y, L, R, start, select, and the D-pad. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If this helped you, I'm glad to help enlighten people on what you can do with the SNES controller, and I'll see you in the next video.